Hello and welcome back to another video. This is American English with this guy. I'm this guy. My name is Brent. I've been an English teacher in the United States for 20 years. And the goal of this channel is to help you improve your English. And today I have a free book for you, actually a free audiobook. Right now I am writing a book. I only have one chapter. This is the one chapter I will read today, but the idea is to give you something free that you can read, that you can listen to, so it will improve your English. It is written at a level that I think will be easy enough to read, yet at the same time, introduce other things that will help you learn English even better. I think if you are at a B1, this should be perfect. For every page, I try to put 3 or 4 things that might be new for English learners, but at the end of the chapter, there's a glossary that will explain those things that I think might be a little bit difficult. I have been writing for over 10 years for my students. They are ages like 13 and 14. This is the first time I've ever written for adults who are learning English. Maybe one day I'll put up the book that I actually wrote for my students and I'll read it along so you'll have another free audiobook to help you learn English. There are chapters to this YouTube video, so if you want to skip right to chapter 1 or if you want to skip to any of the explanations in the glossary, just look down at the chapters and it should take you right there. So, one thing I've learned about reading and writing is we never like to see it when characters are at their best. We always like to see people when they're struggling. And this book is no different. We meet a guy named Mike. He's in his 40s and he's having a pretty rough life. We might say that he's having a midlife crisis. This happens to a lot of people in their 40s and 50s. Maybe they feel they are getting too old, so they do something crazy and buy like a sports car, or they divorce their spouse and start dating somebody younger. Mike has a problem. It's not exactly like those two things I just mentioned, but I don't want to spoil anything, so let's just get right into the book. I push aside a half-empty beer bottle. I look at the clock. It's 2:41 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. This ends right now. It has to end right now. My name is Michael Stanford. I'm 41 years old. 2 weeks ago, my wife told me to move out. I had to leave our house. It was the last straw for her. Last week, I texted her to see if she would take me back. I still thought we could save our marriage. She told me that it was best for everyone if I stopped drinking immediately. She said I needed to get some help. She also said I couldn't see her or our kids until I got clean. A housefly lands on my ear. I swat at it, but miss. I need to be at work in about 3 hours. My day starts early. It was too late to go to bed. I don't think I would wake up in time if I went to sleep now. I'll have to get through this day without any sleep. It wasn't the first time I would have to do it, but I had to make sure this was the last time. I get up off the couch, grab the beer bottle, and walk over to the sink. I turn the bottle upside down and hear the liquid bubble out. My new goal in life is to get help so I can see my kids again. One thing that always made me feel better is to take a shower. I open the bathroom door. It's the only other room in my tiny studio apartment. I turn on the water and get it as hot as possible. The water never gets very hot in this place. It's a dump, but it was the only apartment I could find on short notice. I miss my old shower back at my house. I miss my kids. I miss my wife, Jessica. Lathering my body with soap makes me feel slightly better. When I feel clean enough, I step out of the shower and dry off with a towel, dreading the day I have before me. How would I kill these next few hours before work without taking another sip of beer? That's the first chapter of Mike's story. We learn his problem. We don't know how he's going to fix it yet, but right then and there, he vows never to take another sip of beer and get the help he needs to one day be reunited with his children. Number one, in case you don't know, move out. It's a phrasal verb that describes when a person takes all of their stuff and leaves their house or their apartment. Now, I could have said that his wife kicked him out. That is perfectly acceptable. I could have said his wife kicked him out, but instead I said she forced him to move out. It's the same thing. Number two is the last straw. It's an English idiom that describes when a person finally gets mad and says, no more. There are usually many bad things that happen before this last one. You might also hear it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't know where it comes from. It's an idiom. Sometimes they just don't make sense. But obviously, Mike's wife has had enough. He must have done this over a series of years, maybe, where the drinking got worse and worse. And she just finally said, this is not good for me. This is not good for the kids. You need to get out. It was the last straw. We don't know what he did yet. Maybe we'll find out later, but she had enough. She told Mike, hit the road, Jack. Number three, get clean. We use this term when a person has been a heavy drinker or a drug user and they decide to stop doing those bad things. Yeah, if somebody has used drugs for a lot and they get clean, that means they finally have kicked that habit. Maybe they go cold turkey when they stop. And apparently, Mike did go cold turkey. That's when just one point in time you decide, not drinking anymore, and you stop all at once. That's cold turkey. Number four is bubble. You might know bubble as a noun, but it can be a verb too. The water bubbled as it boiled. Yeah, so bubble can be a noun. The boy blew a bubble, or the water was so hot it started to bubble. The next term is studio apartment, and it's like a super small apartment where the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen, it's all basically one room. And then you have a bathroom that actually has the door on it. Studio apartments are popular in the United States in big cities. If you have a roommate, you can imagine there isn't a lot of privacy in a studio apartment. Number six is short notice. Mike didn't know his wife was going to make him leave the house. He had to find a place to stay very quickly. So because he didn't know this was coming, he had to find a small apartment. He calls it a dump. And that's another way to say like it's really dirty. It's not a very nice place to live. It's a dump. In English, the part of the city where you throw away your trash is called the dump. Bad houses to live in, bad apartments can be called dumps. Number seven is lathering. I thought this might be an advanced verb, so I wanted to put an explanation. Lathering, forming bubbles and foam as soap is rubbed along something. Most often it could be your body. You're lathering your body when you get those soap bubbles, but maybe you're washing your car. And as you're rubbing the sponge along the car, it will be creating a lather. Lather is another word that can be used as a noun or verb. Number eight, kill. You probably know the most common way that kill is used, but it can also be used as another way to say waste time. We would often use it like this. Oh, I have a few hours to kill. Do you want to hang out? Maybe you had a couple job interviews, one in the morning, one in the late afternoon, and you have some time in between. You don't really have a plan. You just have to kill a couple hours. I hope you found this lesson helpful. If you have, maybe give it a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. As soon as chapter 2 is available, I will put a link to it. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.